I'm just realizing I still have my stickers on. Oh my gosh, y'all, let me tell you. The people them could not find my freaking veins. And I told them finding a vein is difficult. So she tried here, she couldn't find it. And I said, people tend to go to the back of the hand. She tried here. She was wiggling the needle around. She finally got it. Okay. Sorry, starting off the video with a tangent is actually crazy, but. And then once she filled up the first tube, as she was getting the second tube, the needle comes out. I start bleeding. Back now. Then she tries this hand. She can't get it. She's wiggling the thing again. She's like, let me know when it's hurting you. It's hurting now. Yeah. So then she got her senior nurse to come. Why'd the lady find it in max 20 seconds? Anyways, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, reviewing Married at First Sight Australia, Season 12, Episode 8. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So it is still Confessions Week, and Jamie and Dave are next to do the X-Files task.
Honestly, actually, I'd like to see a picture. Just out of curiosity, you know when you like create what they look like in your mind? I know I can be a bit jealous, but it's because I care for that man very deeply.
I don't even want to look at a photo of him. I don't want to see him.
But you care. That means you care about me.
Shut up. Shush.
You do. You don't want to see me with anyone else.
All right. Yeah, she's everything. Don't tell her I said this.
They didn't really talk about their exes too much. They were kind of focused on their own relationship, which is good. Why bring up the past if it's irrelevant to your current situation? Would you guys want to know what your partner's ex-partners used to look like? I feel like I wouldn't want to know. And whether they looked like me or not, I would have a problem. Because if they look kind of like me, then I'm like, so are you just here because I remind you of your ex? And if you look nothing like me, I'm like, okay, so am I an experiment? Like, I don't think you could win with me with that. I mean, I wouldn't even ask. No, I have asked. I have asked before. Why did I do that? And those girls look nothing like me. Yeah, which then made me think, so why are you with me? Yeah, it's just a recipe for disaster. I wouldn't ask the question, but would y'all want to know what your partner's exes looked like? And what would that do for you if you want to know? Athena and Adrien also do the X-Files task, and when cheating came up, Adrien was not having it.
Have you ever cheated on a past partner?
Early 20s. I made out with someone in a bar, but I told my ex straight away.
No excuses. You cheat on cheating, there's no excuses. You know what I'm saying? Yes, yes, I know. There's no buts when it comes to cheating. And I don't think she wants to take any self-accountability.
No, I don't think there's an excuse.
Yeah.
Every single question was answered, honestly.
Every single question.
So you've never cheated on anyone?
No, I haven't. Breaking up and then some were still seeing each other. We might have hooked up with another girl in between that, but we weren't actually together.
I too am a no tolerance babe. I feel like not necessarily once a cheater, always a cheater, but I would have to take into consideration the context behind the cheating and also how old you were and how you plan to never do it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so much that I would need to take into consideration, which means sitting and listening to the person talking. Adrien did not want to hear a thing. And I'm thinking the way he's so matter of fact is rude. And it sometimes comes off like condescending and very inconsiderate. And she has already called him up on it the day before. She was like, you're so matter of fact. Everything you say is so definite. And it feels like there's no room to grow or room to understand based on the way that you show up in these conversations. And I think that that's true when it comes to Adrien. He also has a double standard because when he's talking to the producer's like, are you sure you want to die on this hill that you've never cheated? And he does the whole semantics thing like, well, at the time, I wasn't in a committed relationship. We were like off and whatever. So there's nuance. So you're admitting that there's nuance. Don't you think there could also be nuance in Athena's situation? Granted, sometimes when somebody explains the context behind why they did what they did, it can sound like an excuse, but I think it's just common decency to hear the person out, especially if you're trying to build a relationship. Stonewalling them, just shutting down any kind of explanation they're trying to give, I just feel like that's counterproductive. As we know, Ree and Jeff know each other from before the show. And so now that they're in a relationship, are they able to break out of the friend zone?
I felt robbed of the experience of marrying a stranger. Usually the more I hang out with someone, the less likely I am to see a potential relationship. There was a part of me that thought this is going to be impossible to turn around. But with you, the more we are together, the more potential I see in us. P.S. You need to make the first move.
Jeff just needs to pull up his big boy pants, apparently.
Yeah.
I definitely think they have potential, especially because even after things stopped for them romantically, they still hung out a few times. So there's some kind of connection that they could build on. I think it's interesting how they say that things just fizzled out when they were dating. And I wonder if a part of that had to do with the lack of communication between the two of them. Like, this might be the most vulnerable they've ever been able to get because the process calls for it. And could they have forged a relationship before if they opened up before? So yeah, I'm glad that Reed took the initiative to say, hey, I really like you. I want things to progress romantically, but you have to you have to make the first move. He didn't make the first move in this moment, which is fine, but he has to do it eventually, like within the next week or something, because if he doesn't, they're just going to be stuck in the friend zone. Jackie and Ryan do the letter writing challenge, and this is Jackie's opportunity to open up.
I am a very curious and highly intelligent human. Yes, you can be one of the smartest people, a model, blonde, beauty queen, whatever, and also have a brain. I received first-class honours in law and finance. When I'm dating, I usually go for very intelligent, highly educated men, and I need my partner to equally be an asset to my goals in life. Currently, I have a fully digital business that makes me money when I sleep, and it brings me so much joy.
It just seems like she was grandstanding. Yeah, I feel a bit insulted. Yeah, I did not expect that. Well, I was really curious, not your attributes, not your dreams, not your ambitions, to hear more about you as a woman. I know most of that about you already.
Instead of saying that, you could say, I think that you're amazing.
It's wonderful to learn all these things about you. I felt like, again, it was more of a resume.
The way you communicate is just really, toxic. It's just...
Excuse me?
Get off my screen. Immediately. I actually can't do this with her anymore. And it's funny because some of you guys were like, maybe her crying looks fake because of the Botox. I don't even know if she has Botox or not, but regardless, the things she's crying about are stupid. They're stupid. We're crying about the potential of somebody watching TV in your bedroom. Please, I can't. This whole self-absorbed weird thing she's got going on, I could not be able to stand this woman for more than 5 minutes. I wonder how she got in relationships prior to this. I'm so confused by this girl. So she's basically saying, this was me opening up and you're not accepting me. Opening up about what? Nothing about it was vulnerable. It was all just here's my list of demands because I'm just such a high value woman. And if you can't measure up, basically get out of my sight. Who's going to want to be around that? She wants to take up all the space in the room, but baby, that means there's no room for anybody else, let alone a romantic partner. I just don't understand this girl. So then she flips the tables on Ryan and she's like, the way that you're communicating is toxic. Now, if this was the day before, when he was making jabs deliberately to hurt her feelings, then I would understand. Even though she did the same thing in retaliation, at least I would understand her. He's pulling you up on a very valid thing. We were called to be vulnerable. We were called to open up so we can better understand each other and get on a deeper level. And you're not doing that right now. And that's a problem. That's not you being attacked. That's not him communicating in a toxic way. Girl, please. Please leave me alone. Get out of here. Speaking of poor communication, Morena is a yapper. I thought I was a yapper. No, this girl is a yapper. And Tony can never get a word in.
What's the most romantic thing your ex did for you?
Every New Year, we used to find the tallest restaurant and she used to book it for New Year.
So you actually enjoyed each other's company?
We were on top of the world.
Lucky man.
For
I'm
me,
not jealous. I'm not envious because I never had that. That's amazing. I don't know what that feels like, Tony, but I will. I'm going to wait because I'm here to learn patience, yeah?
when I talk, you might as well talk for me.
Some people never get to experience that.
In the previous episode, Morena and Tony did the photo ranking challenge, and she was saying that she didn't connect with a lot of the guys because they didn't talk to her. Now, at first I was wondering, okay, is it like a generational thing where they couldn't find things to relate with her on? But at this point, I'm thinking maybe she was overbearing and they just couldn't stand being in her presence for that long. Because I'm sorry, somebody who always interjects and always makes things about themselves and doesn't give you a moment to have that back and forth in a conversation, I'm done talking to you. Matter of fact, I'm getting up and I'm walking away respectfully. But I'm getting up and I'm walking away because this is dumb now. So Tony's trying to open up about his past. And she's like, well, I've never experienced that before. I would love to experience that. Wouldn't it be great if I got that once in my life? Girl, maybe you would have experienced it if you allowed the person to show up in their relationship. How can they show up if you're showing up on their behalf already? She's speaking for Tony as if Tony doesn't have to talk. So why is then Tony here? If you are constantly talking, you're not listening, meaning you're not understanding, meaning you likely won't get to experience. Just shut up. A part of me wants to give her grace because she did say in her previous relationship, which was 29 years, she felt like it was loveless. She didn't get to express herself because her ex-husband was just so strict, let me say. So the grace that I will give her is maybe now that she has found her freedom, she's just like, she wants to get everything out that's been pent up for so long. And so I'm like, okay, if that's the case, fine, I understand. But a part of being in a relationship is allowing room for the other person to express themselves, for you to listen, to understand, not listen to respond, or even not listen at all. She's not even listening. So yeah, if I am to give her the benefit of the doubt, it is because there's probably a lot of pent up expression for her. And so this is her time to finally get things off of her chest that she's been holding on to for so long. So Athena and Adrien were supposed to do the letter writing challenge. However, it didn't work out because he felt like there was nothing he wanted to share with Athena.
I already knew who I was going to write about.
I love you.
It's about my son.
Where's yours?
Did you fold yours?
No, I didn't do it.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't swear I didn't.
You're actually kidding.
Swear to God.
You
Swear to God.
didn't do it?
No.
At all?
Yeah.
You didn't write a letter at all?
No.
This is a joke.
Things that could come to my mind I don't want to share.
That's fair enough.
Why don't you want to do the challenge?
I don't know. I just thought I didn't want to do it.
Adrien.
You know, it's probably for the best that Adrien didn't write a letter because Athena wrote about her son. And as we know, that man don't give a damn. He don't care about them kids. F them kids. He doesn't care. Okay. So basically he's saying there are things that I could have talked about, but I don't feel like I want to talk about them with you or the world. So I'm just not going to talk about it. He could have at least like written something and said, I don't want this to be like a non-camera thing. So this is something that I'm going to share with you like off camera. But like to say to her face, no, I didn't even want to share this with you. So what's the point? Like, what are we doing here? Truly, what are we doing here? All they have is a surface level connection. And they prove that because the day before, or let's say the previous episode, when they had their tiff about the kids thing, she said that she was angry at him, but they resolved things because he looked at her or something. And whenever she's angry and he gives her attention, she can't stay mad at him. And so she just forgives and they move on. But you're not addressing the issue. You're not going deeper as to, okay, why are we even having these problems in the first place? Okay, like forgiveness is great and all, but you're not addressing the core problem. So if you're just stuck on this like surface level sexual chemistry thing, leave the show and just become friends with benefits. Like, what are we doing here? In the long run, you know, as soon as the process is over and it's talking about, oh, how do you see life on the outside? He doesn't. He doesn't see life on the outside. On top of that, in the process, when he's called to be open and vulnerable, he doesn't want to do that with you. And that has nothing to even do with your situation. Or maybe it does. Maybe he doesn't see a point in opening up because he just doesn't see a future. So why waste time? Why open up with somebody who you won't even see in 2 months' time? I don't know. But the point is, they should end their relationship because this is dumb. Billy and Sierra do the photo ranking challenge and they both ranked each other number 1.
Ryan, he's just not really my type, I guess. He's attractive, I can see that, but I like him a bit dirty, you know? Surprisingly, Tony's actually a bit higher.
Really? You're like a silver fox.
Yeah, I do.
What I'm enjoying is her energy. She likes to have a laugh and a joke.
I like daddies. And then obviously, like, you're by far the most physically attractive.
She acts like this big, confident person, but she isn't. I'm not happy doing this.
Yeah.
You're number one and you're number one for a reason. So hopefully that gives her that reassurance that she needs. But also, I wouldn't do it if I didn't mean it.
You see how easy it is to just put your partner number 1 and make up some kind of reason? Because I don't believe that Billy has no eyes for nobody else. He was like, I don't even want to rank anybody, You're up there. You're number one. But then he explains he has picked up on the fact that there's an insecurity that comes with Sierra. And so he didn't want to feed into that. So he just decided, I'm going to put you number one, and we're not even going to engage in this task the way it's supposed to be handled. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. But yes, it is important to note that Sierra has issues with like body image and stuff. And so she has this complex that her partner would not be into her, but he is into her, which is great. Somebody who should have taken a page out of Billy's book is Jake, because when he does the photo ranking challenge, it was not good.
Maybe the crazy eyes. I don't know. I'm sure she would have been an absolute stunning back in the day. Like, her face screams like, I could, like, stab you in your sleep a little bit. Not racist, nothing, but, like, I do like Caucasian people mostly. Just because, like, the physical features. The eyes give me a little bit, like, lazy eye there, but, yeah, I just think she's, like, conventionally pretty. And she knows it, like, let's be real. But, yeah, I'll probably chuck you about in the middle there. It's like I wouldn't conventionally go for someone that looks like that. Not looks like that, but looks like her. Maybe I could have even put Ash one more below and Sierra up more, tossing up between that.
Foot and mouth disease is plaguing this cast. This cast can't help but say the wrong thing at the wrong time. Oh my goodness sakes. Obviously, putting your partner fourth is not going to feel good, like no matter what his commentary was. But when you add his commentary, oh my gosh, like, I literally was thinking, does this man know the show is being filmed? And literally after I wrote that down, the man turned to the camera and waved. I said, oh God, oh my gosh. And he's like, oh, she's making me out to seem like I'm a malicious person. I don't even have a malicious bone in my body, whatever. So what is that? Is that kind? Is what you were saying kind? If you wouldn't say those things to these people's face, then a part of you knows what you're saying is not nice. Like, sir, be so for real. I didn't understand where this was coming from, especially because when we met Jake, he seemed like, the unassuming, the kind, like, go with the flow kind of guy. But now it's like, I got my eye on you, sir. I really do. And I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I think it's rich the way certain people choose to be blunt about other people. And somebody could probably say that about me too. It's okay. How blunt they choose to be about other people when it comes to appearance and things. When you be looking how you looking, I'm just like, okay. So I forget the girl's name. Yeah, I forget his wife's name, but she had a drunken night or whatever, and she decided to go to Sierra's apartment, and she told Sierra exactly what her husband said.
Jake made some quite derogatory comments about a lot of the girls, including myself.
To be saying something about my missus, it just makes me even more upset with the guy. But that's definitely going to have to be unpacked. And also, I don't like the fact that he's calling you out. I know a comment like that is going to affect Sierra because I know she's insecure.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and let him obviously speak for himself.
I hope you're ready because you've got questions to answer. How? You look like Jeffrey Dahmer, mate.
Billy is very upset on his wife's behalf because, number one, don't speak about my person like that. But number two, he's aware that Sierra is insecure. And so he's not going to want his wife having these thoughts about like, wait, do I come across this way? Do I look like that to other people? That's just going to make his process worse. So she's like, oh, you don't have to go like super rah-rah. And he's like, no, I am going to, period. That's what I like. Listen, whatever the issue is, even if you think I'm in the wrong, we could talk about me being in the wrong behind closed doors. But if we have a common enemy as my partner, you better have my back. You better have my back. Act with some couth, don't be acting the ass. But you better come to my defense. And I love that he was like ready to go. Yes. Good luck to you, Jake. I think he's going to get a flogging from the cast, from the experts, from the audience. Y'all have already been cooking Tim to no end. Jake doesn't stand a chance. And he's a teacher too. Is it the teachers? What's going on with our education system? Is this what, like, are we good? Our future generation is in shambles. Oh God. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys this week. I will be back on Sunday with a new review. So as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.